Alright, we're going to look at polygroups, and along the way we're going to look at like hiding different pieces of your mesh and then re-showing your pieces of your mesh. So if we go into Lightbox, we're going to go to the default cube under project. Doesn't matter what piece of geometry you have as long as you have some geometry. And then we go into Polyframe. Then I'm going to take perspective off. You should always keep perspective off if you're making selections. The reason being, your selection won't be true going all the way through the mesh because it's at an angle. Okay, let's lower down the resolution. Holding Control and Shift allows you to make a selection. Holding Control and Shift anywhere else allows you to deselect that selection. Now, if perspective was on, see what happens? Just for those people. So Control Shift. Now I want to keep that selection a selection for later purposes. That's called a polygroup. Group visible. So now anytime I hold Control and Shift over the top of that, it's back. And holding Control and Shift will bring all of it back. Now let's say I have something like this. Control and Shift, but I have this back side. See it right there? If you go to Display, Double, you can make it so backface culling doesn't occur, and you can see the other side of the mesh. Shift Control Alt allows you to deselect that piece. And let's say I didn't want to go over here to make a polygroup, I can hit Control W. Control W will make that feature. Okay, again, I'll just do this for a second. There we go. So that's a nice little way to make it so different pieces of your mesh can be hidden, and that affects it all the way through. So if I go into geometry now and go up in geometry, you can see that those pieces are still part of that polygroup. Meaning I can do anything to these pieces I want. Mask them. I can hold Control and click anywhere here. Control and Shift. You can see now that just that one section is masked. And that allows me to do a great deal of things. I can go to inverse it. I can go to deformation. My personal favorite is inflate. And see how nice and even that is. Moving it. So there's a great deal you can do with polygroups. You just gotta use your imagination. Alright, so let's go on to the next video.